morning. It's Father's Day. My daughter is taking a nap, so I'm going to church by myself. If you know anything about being a parent, it's that nap time is the only thing that matters. So today's a Sabbath day for me, and I'm grateful for it. There's a reason why the Sabbath is a mortally important command, not a requirement, not a request. It's a command, and it's given before, during, and after the law. So it says to remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. And it says that this is for it, being the Bible. This is for our good, our own sake. Excuse me. It's not for God that we do this. It's for us. God made it for us. But it is the Lord's day. So because He set it aside, He did the work, and then He set His own work aside for one day to experience the glory of what He had done. And so it's not a day for us necessarily to experience the glory of what we had done, but what He had done, has done, and maybe will do in our lives. And speaking from experience, I lived most of my life not remembering the Sabbath and keeping it holy. Unfortunately, because I think that probably causes a lot more problems than people think. It's built into our DNA to have a Sabbath day off of labor efforts, money-making efforts, business dealings. And when we don't honor that in ourselves, in our own DNA, it's like smoking cigarettes or something like that. Something that you know is harmful because it causes a genetic mutation, but you do it anyway. Or it defies your genetic reality. It's a timely conversation. And it just causes problems, like I learned through trial and error that if I didn't keep a Sabbath, I was tired, burnt out. My body would not recover as completely. Work feels like a burden rather than like a privilege or something that you can do that is within your capacity, within your power to be excellent at. And that's unfortunate because we're also designed to work. There's this movement of people saying, or aspiring to not have to work ever. And it goes from things like people trying to squat and take advantage of squatters' rights in those areas of the country where it's at worst slightly frowned upon, at best encouraged, all the way to people trying to get sugar daddies and steal, rob people and stuff like that. The level of entitlement in our society is insane. And we're entitled to nothing except for Sabbath day and to work. So the ability to work is a gift. It is sacred. But when all you do is work, when you don't take a day off to reflect and remember the things that you've worked for, the things that God has done in your life, the things that, your blessings, your struggles, your successes, to look and admire the world around you. that's when problems happen. If you work 7 days a week, that's when you feel burnt out, because you don't get a chance to step back and look at the big picture of what you're making, what you're building, what has been built for you, and so on. It took me a really long time to learn that. I think I got committed to Sabbath days within the last, it's got to be within the last 5 years. I wish I kind of like wrote down the date, and I was like, this is the day I will start honoring the Sabbath day. But it has been a life-changing thing, because now I have kind of endless capacity to work. It's really interesting. You know, I go from working 7 days a week, or working on a day off that I should have had, and just being tired and frustrated that I have to work, and like I still miss too much family time, and I'm working on that. But, you know, I just miss out on life because I don't have even one day that is mine, you know, that is the Lord's, that has been given to me to enjoy all of these things. And you need that. You just need it. Your heart needs it. Your mind needs it. Your body needs it. Your spirit needs it. It's a fundamental part of ourselves. It's in the entire Bible, and it's a mortal demand. Like I said earlier, it's a requirement. It's a fundamental need of our selves. And it's in the Old Testament. It predates the law. It precedes the law. It is in the law. It's the, third or fourth commandment. It's also in the New Testament, which is post. It's not, the law still exists, but it is reiterated that you must remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. That means that it wasn't wiped out when Jesus came. It's doubled down upon when Jesus came. And that just emphasizes the gravity and the urgency of the Sabbath. So anyway, remembering the Sabbath, keeping it holy, it has been a gift, a life-changing gift. I'm grateful for it. I'm on my way to church right now. When I go home, boy, is it tempting to do some work. I really want to do anything I can to bless my family, to change our circumstances, to be excellent and do good things. But I have to remember, and that's a good word for it, remember the Sabbath. Don't forget it. Don't forget that this is your day, and keep it holy. So, welcome to church.